right, good morning, peoples. Let's jump in here on Coney. Not good, but again, everything was down, so we've learned to expect that. All right, so what happened? Well, let's go with coin first. So I got a couple of entries in here. So we went from 212 to 204, so down 3.86 compared to some of the other funds, not that big a move. It's just that, when you see it all across the board in your income funds and your growth stocks, like I said, it was the worst single day since COVID. That's quite a while ago. So 3.86. So what did Coney do? Coney went down 2.57. We certainly aren't capped, right? Um, so let's take a look. Now, they had already rolled out of everything. So our trades were, I take it back. Okay. So we did close out some, but not a huge amount. So on this one here, we closed out for a penny, and this one we closed out for a penny. This other one we had already closed out earlier at 10 cents the day before. And that's, 10 cents because we got 456 on that. So overall, these are huge wins. So that's what happens when you go down. You win your weeklies, right? You write more, and if you keep going down, you win them, but your NAV suffers, right? And you take losses. So the old theory that you go down 90% of what the underlying goes down, and that's true. You don't go down 100% because you are being paid income along the way. Um, but it's not a pleasant situation. I made a note here for those of you. Again, where are you in terms of Coney? If you didn't have a position in Coney and you were watching it, I mean, some people say it's a falling night. You want to wait. Nobody knows what the market's going to do. But I can tell you, if you look at a chart, just simply, I had one up. Let's see where, yeah, here's the chart. Let me see if I can pull it out of my tabs. Okay. There's just a simple big chart, um, no real stochastics or anything, volume. And so when you look at this guy, you can see that there was a resistance line here, right? Right down at $18. We had penetrated it. I don't know that the close was below it, but intraday here, I can't see it because it's too small. But here we've had subsequent closes below 18, right? Where were we on that? We were 1749, and then we were 1704. So it doesn't get much better. Now, somebody safe, already have some, watch it, right? Or if your average price is 24 and you're super bullish and you want to buy more, by all means, this is a great time to, direct cost average and lower your costs. It's just, are you bearish on the market? I don't think we have enough data to really know. As I said before, September is going to tell us a lot. I think the market's going to move up pretty well, or it's going to move down. Now, I know you're saying, well, Briz, that doesn't, what I'm saying though is I think we'll get an outsized move one direction or the other in September. So if we have an awful August, likelihood we flushed a lot of things out, and the rate cut when they come in September will act as a stimulus. Now, this could be a one-day thing. Maybe we're volatile a little bit next week, and then we maintain and we start to move back up. Again, is that a bounce? Do we go half of the way back up that we've gone down over a number of days? Maybe, and then go down further, and that's the bottom or the temporary bottom, and we start, it's just really hard to say. um, I understand sectors a lot better than I do just the index averages, right? Like which sector is maintaining and doing better. And I saw the rotation coming from the Mag 7 into the rest of the S&P and into the Russell small cap. But then when you get taken down, everything's going to get taken down. All right, so enough on that. I don't want to make you guys feel any worse than a lot of people do. And I always say, when you have a super red day, just close your laptop, turn your phone, don't look on your phone at the stock market. Do whatever you need to do and focus on something else because, that's exactly what a stock market is. It's a market of stocks and they can disappoint you. You can get false euphoria when everything's flying high and you pile in. I told a lot of NVIDIA people, look, I think the Mag 7 is just overvalued here. Not saying AI doesn't have a good run for a long time, but those of you after the split saying, I'm buying it at 140, it's going to 200. Heck, it may see 200 in the future. But don't just think because, and now we got the Department of Justice, investigation into, price fixing and some other things again. And nobody can predict that unless you're an insider in Washington and you're shorting it or something. But anyway, and maybe that's a nothing burger. Maybe it just flushes out. But my point being, markets get hot, they get cold, they move around. That's what stock markets do. The S&P over many, many years has proven to be just fine. So don't panic. Yeah, panic if you're on massive margin and you've thrown everything into a single stock or into a fund or something like that. And you're margined out and you have to sell. It's a worst possible thing. That's why I always try and warn young people, just be careful. Leverage is dangerous, right? It doesn't mean you don't use it at times, just like I use 2x funds. When I see something roaring and I'm in an income fund and I say, oh my gosh, they're getting capped, I understand the option, I understand what's happening. It's not even then the fund manager. If the stock's going up 20% a week and they're writing a 5% call, they really can't write maybe more than an 8 or 10% call to collect any income, and the stock's going up 20%. It's just the nature of the beast, right? You should be, if you're bullish on that underlying, you should own some of the underlying, or at those impulse wave times, go buy a 2x. Again, 2x's aren't something you want to just set in for the entire year because you think that stock's a good stock to own. You'll get decay just like you get in options. Okay, guys, enough on the rant. So here we are with coin. They wrote some more calls. The good news is we're collecting the income. The bad news is our losses are ugly, like you'd expect on the synthetic. So let's go take a look. Here's our weeklies now. We got a lot of different ones, right? We have some of the older ones written at 232 and 230, and then the ones on Friday written at 220 and 217. But look where we are at 204. So with a week to go, I love these, right? I love 15,800, 16.5, and then I got 16.3. That's okay. I mean, we could bounce and come up close to testing these, but I think it's okay for the moment. I can't really tell day or two where crypto's headed, There's some talk that the US is divesting itself. Could be a political battle. Trump said he was pro. So does the other side say, well, we're going to go sell those assets or put them somewhere else. So, yeah, hard to make out what's really going on. I hate trying to analyze politics. I ignore it for the most part and try and focus on the market. Um, and the psychology of people. That's what you really want to understand because throughout history, people have always, and by the way, if you're in my Discord, I put a cycle guy that I follow a lot. And there's some political tones being talked in. I don't subscribe to anyone's political views. I make my own decisions about that. I may like a cycle guy and he may have a propensity to be more right or more left, but I don't even really think he is. But great interview in there where he talks about history cycles and how governments act and how they become manipulative and kick the can down the road and debt cycles. And it's just really a fascinating. It's not that positive, honestly. When you listen to it, though, you're going to go, man. But those of you that are seasoned pros and been in the market for years and understand, I think you'll enjoy it. So I put that in the Discord. Just, I said, hey, good listen. Take it with a grain of salt. Listen to it. If you like it, great. If you don't, no problem. Okay. So here we are at a lot of calls. And overall, Coney is not looking very good, but is that a buying opportunity? This thing can all turn around. A 75,000 in crypto or 100 in 3 or 4 months from now, you'd be saying, oh man, Coney's 32. I should have, I looked on the chart, it was 17. I didn't buy any. Now, I'm not telling you to rush out there and put all your money in it. I'm just saying if you want some and you want some more, nothing wrong with watching it on Monday. You don't have to pile in. Maybe Monday starts as a down day. But I know what if it goes back to 18, you're going to be going, I knew I should have bought some. And ironically, where were we on Friday? And smartly, I think Fridays and days like that are days to watch. They're not always the days just to go in and buy because maybe it's got more to fall. Let's hope not. So look at the share count, pretty stable, right? I mean, these were 8-1 and 8-2. There's no change. Now, understand somebody buys shares and somebody sells. But what I mean is within these funds, they have creation units where we pick up our data. And unless they had a 25,000 share count change, they don't show it, right? So the net selling may have been 19,000. The net gain may have been 21,000, but it didn't get to the 25,000 reporting method. We always see it in 25,000 batches. Okay, so we collected nice revenue. Let's go take a look at holdings and then just get into payments, guys, because it's ugly. I'm just being honest with you. So we kind of continued in the same neighborhood here in that we are at, what am I seeing here? Oh no, I think I did something wrong. Hang on a minute. 210 is minus 74. Okay, minus 40. Is that 33, right? Oh, yes, it is. Okay, guys, as a reminder, what we did, sorry, I did these in the wrong order. I did the spreadsheet for Coin and Coney, and then I did the spreadsheet for Tesla, and then I reported on Tesla. So now it's been a while since I did it. So apologize. So these are all accurate. They're all filled in. So with this 210, we're in obviously a much better. We have a 6.8 million loss, but we have the ability from 204 to go right there and start making money. So we took half off the table of the 250. We had like 32,000. So on Thursday, we took half off the table. And that was good. We sort of just took our pain. All right. But we still have, with the other half, 72 million. And this 210 that we just wrote that we were down a million or two, now we're down 6.8 because we went down further. But this one is the bailout guy. If we can get back to 250, again, a big if, right? We need BTC to perform. If it performed and got us near here, then we wipe this out. And now we got a 40, 50, 60 million gain here. So that would just flip the script. Now that would require us to go back up to, 230 or something like that, 240. So here's all our current calls. So as you can imagine, the ones that we wrote a day early, we're really up on those, right? 70% and 73%. So here we are winning, guys. If I'm these guys, I'm taking this off the table early if I need to. If it gets to 85% and it's Wednesday, just take it off the table. We need the income. Write another one till Friday. But let's see. Not that I'm worried it's going to blow by these, but I just think these guys say they do active management. I want to see a little more, quote, active management. So again, no shares bought. We're already 40% up on our weekly because we went in on Thursday and put some positions, right? As well as Friday. So the two we put on Friday were 8,000 and 83.50, and you notice those are the lower numbers, right? And I don't blame them. We're at 204. Why not write a, you want to get a bigger cash flow here. And these are pretty good. This 15.8 at almost $4, right? That's 6 million. So they collected another 5,800,000. But guys, it's not particularly good. So anyway, that's what this is all about. I just want a big reminder that this is an all-time low for Coney. So to me, buying at all-time lows aren't bad. Now somebody's going to say, "Well, Bruce, maybe that's a sign it's going to 14." Hey, good luck with trying to predict that, right? It might go to 1572. That, how would I know that? I don't know. I mean, somebody that says 14, they don't know either, right? And you notice that it's not going down as much as the others, so we're not capped. Uh, we just simply are making money when it goes down, so we don't tend to go down at the same rate. Whereas up here, we did 522 and 520. All right, let's jump over to Payday. I know that's what you guys want to hear. Unfortunately, there's not a lot to tell you. You're going to get $1, but if I'm going to report again, I'm going to do that on your Saturday, probably in the evening. Okay, my prediction for all the single stock funds. I'll tell you closely where I'm coming from, and that is they don't have any money. They haven't earned any money to pay you. Are they going to pay us? Yes. I'm guessing it's a little over $1. They've paid $1.07, and I think the other low payment back in, I think they paid September, October, November, December. Okay. But in those months, it was one other 107. They've never paid below that. So maybe they pay us 104, 105, 106, 107. I mean, maybe they pay us a dollar 24, a dollar 27. They didn't have a full dollar 57 when they paid us the previous month. So I think Coney gets $1. They might even get a dollar 24, but I'll give you my prediction, or $1.25, even a dollar 26. But I think it'll be low dollar range. I think you can count on $1, peoples. And I'll put that out along with everything. All right, that's what I got for you in Coney. Hang in there. The market will get better. We will be better as investors. All right, guys, bye for now. Again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for fun and entertainment. I know you probably weren't entertained, but sometimes you got to find a way to laugh, right? Especially when it appears the darkest. Okay, guys, bye for now.